Ange promised
he did it, didn't he?
a trophy in his second, and everyone was writing him off. Everyone. I'd probably give up one Premier League.
For what?
To win that with Tottenham. So back again, episode 9.
9.
Here we go. Long haul flights, post-season tours, and favourite places we've been. Jet lag, crazy fans, crazy weather, incredible training facilities. That's today's topic.
That is the topic. Love it. They're all there, aren't they? We've
Yeah.
got some emails, we've got some convo. Donna Taylor, what happens if a footballer needs the bathroom during a game? And what about when there's extra time and penalties? How do players never need the loo for 45 minutes, plus extra time, plus penalties? What do you think?
Great question.
Really?
Great question, Donna. I've seen men, I'm not going to say boys, men. I'm going to name him as well because he's a lovely guy and he likes a little bit better now. Sean Derry. QPR, I can't remember who we were playing. Only been there maybe 3 weeks, a month, no more than a month. And he's called me, Kyle. And then all of a sudden I've just seen weed trickling down his leg. But that was just him as a character.
There was a lot of lads saying in game you got to go and have a wee. But I've seen, listen, everyone's ran off at extra time and end the games to go.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people running.
I've seen people go all the way on a marathon.
Yeah.
So you talk about football, 90 minutes and last minutes. I've been scared on a marathon. Yeah. I've only done one, and I witnessed something I didn't want to witness ever again. So I think when you say you need to go,
has it all just come out?
This lady needed to go in front of me as I was running. I thought, oh wow, I know the feeling when you're doing training. So it is one of them. What a great email! Fantastic.
Good email.
Really deep. Starting it off. Hello, Kyle. Thank you and Michael for creating your podcast. It is fun, and I've paid her. This is like this.
Well, I mean, she's chucked you in. So let's do that again and put hello, Kyle and Michael. Then go. Thank you for creating a podcast.
Creating a podcast. I'm a Londoner, but living in New York City. I might see her. I'm going over there soon. We'll discuss that later. And I'm now more patriotic and into football. My question is, have you ever played against Cristiano Ronaldo? And what was the experience like? Thank you.
Nat. I have played against him. Have you played against him?
Yes. Got a shirt as well.
You did. Yeah, we were talking about shirts the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
About shirts that we collected, and you probably said that you wish you'd done more.
I wish I'd have done more, but it was a bit awkward at the end of the game.
It's awkward, isn't it? It's awkward. But especially your kids probably seen the back end of it as well.
I like my Ronaldo one. That's good. Your kids have got some mega ones because they've seen them like now, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, Roman's grown up with.
And we've mentioned when we went trick-or-treating on Ronaldo's house, we've done that, I think. Did we do that in the Series 1? I think we did mention going trick-or-treating at Ronaldo's house and he didn't answer because that would have been really fun.
But I played against him, but probably not at the time that Browny, well, obviously not at the time that Browny, but I probably got him to the back end when his second spell at Manchester United.
You probably got him to Real Madrid when he played against you, I would imagine.
No, I didn't get him to Real Madrid there. That was probably you.
I did all right. I couldn't catch him. The shoulders were going every time I catch him.
Yeah, so I wish I'd have seen him probably prime Ronaldo. I'd have liked to come up against him. Just
can you believe he's still going like that?
Yeah, it's incredible.
That body condition.
It's incredible.
Absolutely. If anyone don't understand the level that he goes to is just insane.
No, the commitment. Not just obviously when you're training and everything like that, but it's outside of training. So like here now, food requirements.
He'd be like, bring the chef in, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well,
bring the chef. Right, pre-season tours. Post-season now.
Yep.
That's coming into play.
I've done one with Tottenham. I went to South Korea with Sonny. It was a great experience, but
just watching him would have been amazing.
But I'm just thinking. There's fans
what was
there.
Yours like?
Well, there was only me, Sonny, Kevin Wimmer, and Ben Davis. So a lot of them went to Australia or somewhere, and then we went to South Korea. But that was just an incredible just to watch Sonny and how much he's loved there and everything like that. But we was like his close friends, so he invited us to come. But even with. I think it's a lot with, you've got the Euros, then you've got the Nations League, then you've got the World Cup, and then you've got this, that and the other, and it's just kind of like, when do we get a break?
Yeah, it is. Because of the internationals now as well, and the summers, the tournaments, but it was good for Son, wasn't it?
No.
To lift the trophy, wasn't it?
Oh, fantastic.
For Spurs as well, we both know what goes on there for a long period of time, waiting for for him to get a trophy, get over the line, was just amazing to watch it.
That's the first time in a long time I've been nervous, and I wasn't even playing. Get on that. I was sat there in Milan on my iPad, right, watching it, and I couldn't sit and watch it. You know what I'm like at the best of times. To get me on this podcast to sit down for an hour, it's tough. It's tough. So to then do that, I was sat down and I was just walking up and down my room.
But how we set up? Ange had set up complete opposite and said, right, we're just going to defend it out, we're going to sit and wait. I was in the studio at BBC doing the analysis of the pre and half-time and after with Mark Chapman. And obviously, I'm like this going, I'm trying to celebrate when they did it at the end. And I just thought it was just a massive moment. I think every Spurs fan this week.
It's crazy because the amount of time that, we was there, obviously they won the Carling Cup just before I came when Woodgate scored the header. But we've reached a lot of finals and we've just come against better players, better teams that probably knew how to win and get over the line. They obviously got to a Champions League final. And then I still think the handball's dubious against Sissoko. We watched that here actually. And you think they've always been... We were all like that going, really? Yeah, they've always been the club that's nearly got there, it's nearly got over the line. But one, I'm buzzing for them. One, I'm buzzing for a lot of the staff that are still there. I messaged, the kit man, Alan Dixon, just saying congratulations and stuff like that. And three, because Ange promised...
He did it, didn't he?
A trophy in his second, and everyone was writing him off. Everyone, I think, from both to finish 16th and 17th, if I'm correct, in the Premier League.
That helped them, Kyle, because there wasn't pressure below them, so they could rest the stuff in the Premier League.
But you don't think coming to that game, both of them, as a footballing club, as players, you want to play in the Champions League. I think that's a bigger game where if there was third and fourth in the league, where they know that they've got the Champions League, that game's millions and millions of pounds for the clubs.
Yeah, I agree that was that game, but my point was I think it's helped them to get to the final because of the three weaker teams in the Premier League where they're being able to not play players. I said straight away and weeks leading up to it, I hope Ange does it, and if he does, this is just my opinion, he should mic drop it, walk out of there and go, see you later, I did it. And he can always end on that moment which he said he'd deliver and then he did. I wish him well, and he's been certainly a great character, what he's done. But Son, I like for what he's brought for the club and how long he's been there, and I've seen you play against him many times recently, and you just have a little bond with him and a hug.
No, because I remember him walking through the door from Leverkusen. He signed from Leverkusen. He walked in, and it was like a rabbit in headlights. Obviously there was big characters back there. But we just clicked. There was something between me and him, and we were just clicked, and we had a proper good laugh. Me, him, Dele, Kevin Wimmer was probably really, really close. And it was just nice personally for him to obviously go all that time, get into all them finals, being that nearly person, but then to finally do it. I said to you the other day, I'd probably give up one Premier League, not the first.
For what?
To win that with Tottenham.
Yeah, well, I understand, and you can see that why, because you know what them Spurs fans
I know what it means
be like.
Yeah, I know
winning
what that
and watching it.
I'd probably give my second. Oh, that's formidable. So.
No, you don't. I mean, it's hard to give.
Yeah, it's hard to give one away, but I would if I could change it just for what that moment meant to say that I was in that Spurs squad that won a trophy since 2007.
I spoke to a Spurs fan today, and he just said he went to the game and he said it was the greatest moment. He never thought he'd ever see it. The greatest training ground, greatest stadium, and now they've obviously gone and won the trophy. So that was a really special one. But now you've got pre-season, we've got that coming around fast.
Yeah, it's back around.
Summers, that will be happening.
Yep.
Tours, I did some great ones. We went to LA with Portsmouth, remember that? Career and things like that with Spurs and different trips along the way. I think I did China with Sheffield United when it was a difficult one.
Did you do Malta with Sheffield United?
Malta, I never done that, and I wish I had. That's just,
that was like a ritual. Yeah, Malta.
So you've done some great ones recently with City as well, like lots of the States.
Yeah, I've been a lot of places in the States. Nashville was a good experience.
Nashville. You know the sing song?
No,
Nashville's famous for all singing.
Yeah. is it?
No, I don't know.
There was loads of like stag do's and end parties all going around on these little like.
I mean, usually we're in training. You wouldn't have gone anywhere near.
No, you could see him from the hotel.
Yeah.
No, we actually didn't have a night out in Nashville. We didn't have a night out in Nashville, but it was. I think it's great to obviously go to all these different countries because there's fans all the way around the world, and for you to go to them and obviously show the Premier League in America, China, wherever it may be, I think it's fantastic. For the players, it is a little bit of a, all right, here we go again, here we go. It's back starting, but I feel that pre-season, with the new players, you create bonds.
Yeah, you find them straight away. And
that's when the team makes, you shape yourself for the season then, don't you? I think without that pre-season, it's very tough. I've been at ones where there's a pre-season, where we haven't had a pre-season, and you can see that the lads that have come in, it takes them that extra couple of more weeks to actually bed in. So I think pre-season is very good for team bonding and stuff like that. But, you know, for us, it's a little bit long, but we have to go and see the fans.
Yes, people, we are dropping in to tell you all about our podcast, You About. I'm Roman Kemp.
And I'm Tom Grennan, and each week we have unfiltered conversations we usually save for the group chat.
Join us for our weekly catch-up, otherwise known as a podcast on BBC Sounds.
Great tourist, Brownie. Michael Brown. Yeah, great
tourist.
Yeah.
We've been to a few places, haven't we?
It's eventful.
It's eventful, isn't it?
It's eventful.
Places. Any of your favourites that we've been to when you talk about tourists? Mykonos. That was funny.
No, Mykonos I liked. Portugal I really liked because it was them kick-ups.
Yeah, but my kids were going back to school. They had to do 100. They said it's a tiny ball, 100 keepy-ups, and then the kids can stay another day. And like, we're going, kids, we're done. We have to go back to school. So he's got this tiny ball, and he couldn't keep up 10. And then he said, right, if he does 100, he can stay. So he's like this, it's 1, 2, and I'm watching all the kids, and then the pool starts to develop because it's getting hyped as he's going 48, 49, 50. And I'm starting to get a little bit of a sweat. Like, fuck's sake, you do not do it. 81, so I'm starting to jump around him, aren't I, to try and put him off. He gets 100, and I've never seen the kids celebrate so much that they were staying in Portugal for another day. So
no, they've all bombed in the pool and everything. I'm bombing with them.
But even the best of he was just delighted that he got 100 with his ball. He was like, oh my God, I've still got it. It's incredible. It was this tiny little flyaway, you know, the light ones, and he just touched. And I'm thinking, he's not getting it. No problem, like, no worries. And then he delivered. So yeah, like trips, it's great to go away. I think even, you know, on pre-season and things like that, where you're around, but you still find that fun. You all end up having fun. It's not necessarily a night out even. No. You know, you build up a relationship, whether you're doing certain different sports. We used to, whenever we went with Fulham, we just played golf the whole time. Because again, they don't want you going out.
Yeah.
Don't want, you know, because it's pre-season, starting to get fit. And we just played golf.
But even them extra times, you know, at dinner or lunch or everything like that, even when you go away with England in tournaments, you stay that extra half an hour or an hour around the table just because it's like, well, what we're going to... We call it the cell. What we're going to go back to the cell. Yeah, so you just sit there and you're just talking.
Any eventful flights? Jet lag? You know, like what's... I've got one. We went on... I think we went to the Caribbean with Sheffield United... And I don't know
took you some places, didn't they?
Caribair or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, right? And everyone was getting on it. And Paul Devlin, used to be the right winger, decided he wasn't happy with everyone. And he ended up in a straitjacket. So they had to hold him down because he was causing that much of a problem on the plane. So that was an eventful one.
Yeah.
Other than lads just sleeping being drunk.
I don't recommend that anyone that's listening or watching it.
I'm just saying, we talk about
don't end up in straitjackets on a plane.
Neil Warnock sent Paul home. That was one of his moments. So that's an interesting story. But yeah, it is one of those, isn't it? You like flying though, don't you?
I don't mind it. I'm not bothered. We've had one. I've only had one bad experience on a plane. And that's when a bigger plane must have been obviously a couple of miles above us. And all of a sudden, this wind or the turbulence has just chucked us down and we've nosedived. And we was Tottenham flying to Sunderland and we nosedive, we've landed, everyone's white because they think we were just going to die. And Pavlyuchenko, remember the Russian striker, got on the coach from Sunderland back to Tottenham. Said, I'm never travelling again on that plane.
You'll never fly again?
No, we had to change company and everything.
So we're on about people not flying. BA Baracas, the A-team.
Don't know.
And you don't know who the A-team is, which I can't believe you don't.
Is your phone going again?
I was only importing on that, but I'll leave it. Because we're going to a podcast, aren't we? And he didn't fly, so what they had to trick him, either knock him out or inject him to get him on the plane to go. How have you not seen the A-team?
I haven't seen it.
BA Baracas.
I know who you mean, Mr. T, that we've just found out, but I don't... Never watched the A-team.
It's like you with all your top, with all your chains and jewellery on, innit?
I don't have any chains or jewellery. Nothing. Nothing
This one. You've got some tattoos under there, don't you?
I have got a few tattoos. I was born in Italy.
Any more? We've had the tattoos on the pod before. We got any new ones for the summer? You
no.
could put that runners up one, couldn't you? In the copper.
No.
You could put that on you, couldn't you? Like second.
No.
Is Milan getting a picture of the stadium?
Milan's got San Siro.
Got the San Siro's on. Now, was that on last time? Did we put that on, or was that new?
I've got the San Siro on my leg, but I will not. If I'd have won that, I'd have probably stuck it on. Yeah, somewhere.
So what's next? What's your next tattoo?
I don't know.
See what happens. Let's see what happens. You can get one on the pre-season.
I might get the Kyle Walker pod.
The pre-season tour. You could get KW on there, couldn't you? KW podcast.
Yeah, the KWP. No, but that was the Kyle Walker Peters.
Walker Peters.
KWP.
But give us your best destination on
pre-season.
A pre-season tour.
LA was good. For more reasons than football.
I walked the whole Portsmouth team. We were all walking the youngsters' face.
Yeah.
When we were in the W on the top of the roof, and that Hollywood sign was there. And I was in before them, and when the kids walked on, I think that's the best moment I've ever watched faces drop, as if they
it's incredible.
Arrived.
You know what I like about that place? You know what I like about LA is that it's like bananas, and then 2 o'clock, it's like, stop, done, finish. Get out, go home, and 2 o'clock's a curfew, isn't it, there? So 2 o'clock, it's like, I'm prime time then, I'm just warming up. I'm just warming up because I've got a second win and I'm going again. Right?
You don't struggle, do you?
No, second win and I'm going again, but 2 o'clock there, it's like, all right, home time, get home.
I'm going to do the Club World Cup.
Yep.
In the States, you've been there quite a lot, I haven't really. What are all the stadiums, facilities, training grounds, etc.? What we're going to find?
No, very good, very good. But it's all the NFL, so we just go and use the NFL. So when we went to, where was it last season? Green Bay Packers, when we played Bayern.
So everything was, you were all in their facilities?
It was amazing. I've never been to a stadium where, you're looking and you just keep looking and everything was just, it was incredible. I don't know how much it holds. The producer should be able to tell us, but I think it could be in one of the biggest stadiums that I've played a game of football in. Maybe. But it was like, Green Bay is not LA or not New York.
Yeah, but we're talking football facilities.
But then all of a sudden, there was just this massive stadium and it was incredible. It was incredible. 81,000. See, I thought it was bigger than that.
81,441.
Yeah, I thought it was bigger than that. I thought it was at least 100.
I've got some absolute crackers this summer to commentate in, like 90,000. It's like amazing. They look sensational.
But the facilities, like everything, it's just... One thing that American people can do is hold a show. They can hold a show.
So the show is going to be the one, like the pre-show, the thing.
Just everything, just everything. The build up to the game... with the national anthem and then the things, the planes come and go.
About going to the NFL, that sport.
Yeah, that's one thing I'd like to do because I think they do throw a good show for everything.
Yeah, the finals in the MetLife in New York, which is supposed to be absolutely brilliant. So
that's where the final. That's where the finals
are. 2 semis.
Yeah,
and then the final.
And then the final.
So it'll be because that again, right? How you find we talk about end of season, pre-season. That's a bit, but that's like half and half. You get a couple of weeks off, then you go and do it in the middle,
then
you're going to have to then drop off again when you get to the final. Have another week off and then go again almost. Do you know, like
it's non-stop. It's non-stop this year. All right, so we've talked about America. We've talked about the flights. Talked about what the facilities are like and this, that, and the other. You must have I've had a teammate. I've had 2 teammates that always know where you're going, what's to do, what's good to go and see, right? And normally, sometimes, where we need to go for a little party.
Well, I'd be certainly looking and asking the questions, wouldn't you?
I think it could be you. You're a bit organised.
I always have a look and try and find out of where is what. But I don't know. I'd think of who's the educated ones, but then they would want to do something different to
what you would want to do.
Else. Yeah. Oh, I like to just go down the beach or.
Yeah, I had Jan. Jan Vertonghen was like really anal, very precise in where he wanted to go, and he would know what's to do, where you can hire the scooters. And I think once we went to Barcelona, so Pochettino used to like taking us to Barcelona. He would know where to go for like the electric bikes, the electric scooters, and once there was like 8 or 9 of us going down, the strip at Barcelona where the W is, going up and down there on bikes. But he knew where to go and get him, and he sorted them all out for everyone. And
He's
we went
a team
for a
player, isn't it?
No, he was good. Jan was good at stuff like that. Just retired actually, so happy retirement to Jan. I seen a lovely thing that they did at I'm going to say Anderlecht. I hope it is Anderlecht. But they got all his shirts out for how many appearances he did at all the teams, and I think it was a lovely send off. I had Michel Vorm. Remember the goalkeeper? You played with him?
I was with him recently.
In that picture?
I was with him recently.
You was, yeah.
A long
You
chat
and
about him.
Perla.
He's interested in what he did.
Yeah.
He's busy.
So he was there and he said it was a lovely send-off for him. So happy retirement, Jan Vertonghen. Calstone time. The first time you were recognised by someone as a footballer?
I think it's different because when you're a young player with these clubs we're talking about, you generally get asked, recognised, but they don't really know who you are.
Yeah.
So because you've just got your tracksuit on and you're walking into the game, and you must have found that when you joined the squad at Sheffield United. But then it does change, and then you get recognised occasionally if you're, I don't know. I think what's good is when it's somewhere else that you surprises you. So you're with the kids. I mean, you're current, aren't you? But I don't get recognised too. Like I'm all right.
No.
I do a little bit here and there. But when you do get it, and you're like, if you say in America or Malaysia, and a Spurs or fan comes up and says, thank you for what you did for your club, you still get that surprise on an unusual place, even though you finished. You still get a thankful message, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Tottenham. High Road, walking down Loughton High Road, and before I'd started to play like regularly, I used to walk down Tottenham High Road, Loughton High Road, comfortably, go and get a Costa, walk back up. Smiles was at the other end of the High Road, so I used to walk down with my mate, get a Costa and walk back up. And then after the Euros in France, as soon as I played in the Euros, that was it. But I think, and I've said it to you before, FIFA kills me. So a lot of the young kids probably don't recognise me, but because they all play FIFA, they all play these video games now, get the Panini cards or the Match Attack cards and stuff like that. I seem to have, I think I'm dropping off now on FIFA, which is a little bit of a disappointment.
That's when it changed for you, some of these summer tournaments, I think, and then Champions League finals, etc. So wherever we'd go, like to Portugal or whichever, I think then the level of eyes on.
But I think
went up for you,
what people don't understand is that some players, and I'm speaking for some players now, I know some players that say no to pictures.
But you can't win because...
No, okay, so I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it now. So when you say no, it's not because they don't want to take the picture, but it's more because they've probably done 20 pictures prior to that. And it's like, well, it's my free time now. I just want to enjoy my day off or my holiday with kids and family. I'm sat with food in my mouth, and that's the one time that I do say no.
And the kids are next to you.
Yeah, and it's like, can I have a picture? And I was like, well, can I just finish my food and then I will quite have a picture with you? But you have to do it. You have to do it. It comes with part and parcel of the job, and it's 5 seconds, and then 5 seconds will make someone happy.
I'm trying to think. One of the questions here that we've put to us is strangest place you've been asked to sign your name. That's interesting, isn't it? I tell you what I had recently. It was listen to this. Yeah. It was we were working for Man City, and we were build up to the Manchester derby.
Yeah.
And a guy was in there, fan. We were in a pub doing like a build up scene before we take it, and he goes to me. He goes, "Come on, can you sign this?" And we're like, "You've got a few tattoos." He goes, "Well, I'll tell you, if you sign my leg, I'll go and get it tattooed." And I've gone, yeah, all right, like that. So I've gone, okay. So signed his leg. He said, "No, I will." And the other week I was at Southampton. And the crowd was there, and the guy's shouting. I said, "Hi, mate." I said, "Okay." He's gone, "Look. I did it."
No way.
And he went and got it. He said he did
brilliant.
it straight away, and it was tattooed on his leg.
Brilliant.
And I was thinking, wow.
Brilliant. That's good dedication.
Dedication.
He's got Michael Brown's tattoo.
Well, I tell you
Why
what.
don't I sign your arm?
Oh, the darts. We went to the darts. He did the toilets, and everyone you can't even get out the toilets for pictures. You don't even wait outside. They say, can you do it now? Can you sign this? Can you do that?
But I've got a little bit of a cleanliness thing, haven't I? Me and down here in Abersock, where we are now, sand drives me mental. It gets me down.
There was a few bits in his car, so he's actually gone crazy.
Right, it gets me down. It gets me down. But imagine when people are having wheeze and then they're asking for pictures and wanting to touch me, and I'm like, mate, can you wash your hands and then we can have a picture and shake an hand. So I'm off giving people. I don't even spud them. So I'm giving them the elbow. Cheers for watching the latest episode of the Kyle Walker podcast.
You can also listen to our bonus Q&A episodes on the BBC Sounds app, where you'll find the entire series so far.
Subscribe to the pod, and please keep sending in your questions to kylewalker@bbc.co.uk.
You'll also be able to watch us soon on BBC iPlayer.
See you next time.